Good afternoon, Flosstube. Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I am the New England Stitcher, and it is Friday, September 20th, and you are here because you are interested in Flosstube and cross-stitching and quilting. I always think when it's been so long, it's been a month, and when I say that, the Catholic part of me starts to think about confession and saying, "Forgive me, Flosstube, for I have sinned. It has been a month since I've been here." So I have an entire table floor full of things to share with you and show you. So I hope you stick around. I think it's going to be a very long one. I have a lot of finishes that I want to show with you as well. I have a lot of starts, whips, and I have some past finishes from the fall, just to show you how I finished them and maybe inspire you to possibly stitch some, or if you are stitching them, maybe you are interested in finishing them like I did. So let's get started. So we're going to start today by talking about my starts, because we're going to start with that. Start with starts. So I picked up, and I should have started this back in July for my sister-in-law's birthday, because I am stitching this. It's called Manor at Peacock Hill, and it is by Brenda Gervais. And I am stitching it on 36 count Winter Moon linen. I'm using all of the called for floss, and they're a little bit messed up. But here's what I've got. And I don't know if I wrote down the start. No, I didn't write down what day I started. I have to look in my book. But this is what I got. I think it's going to go by, sorry about that. I think it's going to go pretty quickly because that was only one sitting, like one session of, there was only one session of stitching, and I got pretty far. So I'm excited. So if you look at the stitch, I've made it halfway. And I started the leaves and a little bit of the peacock's head. So yay. Anyway, that is that, and I don't think I'm going to get it finished for her in time for Christmas, because I, like many of you, have something called start-itis and can't say no to Sal's, or I'd Sal that. So if you're like me and you want to stitch everything, well, you're in the right place. So yeah, anyway, so my next start is from Let Love Rain. It is a stitch with Brandi, Emma, and Nise. We went away last weekend for a girls' weekend and Emma's surprise bridal shower. She had no idea, and I did keep it a secret, even though a few times I almost blew it. And thank God Brandi was there to cover all of my bomb my diarrhea of the mouth kind of thing, where you start to say something about, like I said, oh, I can give this, I'll give this to, I brought this to give to Cheryl, because I knew I was going to see Cheryl on Sunday, and Brandy's like, oh, I'll give it to her because you won't get to see her, she's not coming. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, so this is the stitch that we started in honor of Emma. It's called You'll Never Know. How much I love you, sorry, and it's in that Let Love Rain book, and it's the You'll Never Know, Dear, How Much I Love You. And we each chose our own colors, although mine and Emma's are very similar. She went more with her wedding colors, which are my favorite colors, but I stitched mine on 20 count Dirty Teacup because I love it. And Brandi got me a lot of it for my birthday. And I'm choosing to use my color and cottons because I got a bunch at the Library Stitchers Retreat. So that's how far I got. And I probably stitched on this for a few hours, but you guys know how quick letters, and they go so fast. So I'm going to make this into a little pillow, or I may actually finish it on the top. I have a wooden a wooden container that has a little magnet on it that I got at Michael's or Joann's. I stained it. And if I finish it in a circle, hopefully it will fit. If I finish it in a circle, I can put it for my husband next to his side of the bed, keeping it simple, no frills. And he could use it as like a change jar because it opens up. Because if your husband's like my husband, there's change everywhere on his side table. So I am using for my colors, I'm using Daydream bobbins, and puddle jumping for my light, medium, and dark colors. For the one, you know, the blue. I'm using the cherry cobbler. I'm using marsh. And then I have two cottage garden threads. I have lettuce leaf and oregano that I may end up pulling in for some of the green when I get there. I haven't decided because I'm not there yet. So we will see what that is going to look like. So that is that start. Just dropping them on the floor. It's going to be a big mess later. Any of you floss tubers, you know, filming a floss tube is a lot of mess. And you also can't put stuff away. And my haul bucket exploded. So I have the bucket, I have a box, and I have a bag. So I know I'm really bad, guys. I'm so sorry. Well, for those of you who like haul, you'll be like, woohoo! Anyway, my next start, and this was started on September 1st in honor of Sampler September. And I purchased this from the Wishing Thorn. It is called Alice Young. And this is what it looks like. And for those of you who don't know, Alice Young was the first witch ever executed in the 13 American colonies in 1641. And she's from Connecticut, which is right next door. I live in Rhode Island. Connecticut is about 5 minutes down the road because I'm on that side of Rhode Island. And I thought that would be really a fun, like, Halloween type sampler since I'm starting to get into the mood for fall and Halloween stitching. I thought that would kind of kill two birds at one stone. So it says 1 for morrow, 2 for mirth. And this is how far I got. And this went so quickly. This is being stitched on 36 count Dove by Color and Cotton. I can't speak. I'm so sorry. I'm out of practice. The kit, I purchased the kit from the Wishing Thorn, Brigitte, and it came with, I think it was 30 or 32. And I thought it might be fun to do it a little bit smaller. And I liked how the colors, and I'm using the color for colors. There's four colors, and they're classic color works. I'm using the 4 colors, and that went really quickly from one stitching session. So I'm excited to get back to this. I would like to finish this before my next floss tube. So we'll see. We will see, because this pile is huge, guys. Huge. Yeah, so I'm sorry for not coming back sooner. I had originally planned to stitch the weekend before Emma's girls' weekend surprise bridal shower. And I got sick after I worked on Saturday. I came home, I wasn't feeling great. And then Sunday I was sick. Monday I stayed home from work. Tuesday was no school because of election day. And I was still sick on Wednesday. And then I had to like recover Thursday, Friday to make sure that I was able to go to Emma's weekend. But I did. But those bioterrorists, any of you that are teachers, you know, like you get exposed to the kids and they're like, and they're sneezing and their germs are everywhere. Yeah, it was not fun. But I'm happy that, you know, I did get a little stitching done. So that was good. I guess that's the pro of being sick. Although I only stitched one of those 4 days that I was home because I had such a headache. If anybody knows me, I get crazy migraines, and my doctor keeps saying it's like pre-menopausal, and they're all tied there. So I don't know if you guys have already been through that or you're going through it. Let me know if there's any fix to these migraines, because the migraines make me super nauseous, and I vomit, and it's not bueno. So anyway, sorry, I'm giving you guys so much information. I'm sorry. This is called Falling Snow, and this is a Shannon Christine design, and I fell in love with this. I kitted this up when I went to the Crafty Grimalkin my very first time up in Maine in January of this past year. So I was there for her opening weekend, and I purchased all the floss. This is where I found the fabric, and then I started stitching it because it was my Boss Me pull for this month, and I started stitching it on Zoom with a bunch of ladies, and I didn't like how my stitches were laying. So a few of you had mentioned that I should try Sulky, and Brandi had mentioned that I should try Floss. So she was going to bring it this weekend, and she forgot because, you know, life. So I ended up purchasing the 12 count Sulky, which is, I guess, the equivalent of 1.5 strands of DMC. And I love the coverage. I love the weight of this thread. So yeah, I think I'm a silky lover. And let me show you what I've gotten. So this is after 2 stitchy sessions, and then I'll tell you what I'm stitching it on. So if you can see, oops, there we go. That's how far I've gotten. And this is it's not really quite, it's a little bit more turquoise than what is showing up. Yeah, that's probably the color. So when I bring it closer, it's showing a little bit darker, but it's a nice turquoise. It is on Atlantic by Zweigart, and it's 32 count Lugana. And for those of you who know, I'm not a lover of Lugana. I know some people just absolutely love it. I love Aida. I love linen. I find Lugana, my thread usually shreds because it's so tight. But the Sulky is doing great. So there it is again. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait till I get to started till I can start beading. And I have all the beads. There's only 3, I think. But it's really pretty, and I can't wait. So yay, I love it. And thank you guys for those of you who commented. I think it was my last video that I should try the Sulky, because you were absolutely right. Okay, my next, I think this is not a star. I think this is a whip. So I'm going to put that in the, whips and starts are getting a little mixed up here, guys. I'm so sorry. All right, last start. This is Cozy Autumn Medley, and it's by Emily Call. And I absolutely fell in love with it immediately. I was in a group text, and I can't recall if it was Emma or Cheryl or Brandi or Chris, the camping stitcher. One of them posted this picture, and I was like, purchase, add to cart, ding. And then I went back to try to find it in my Etsy purchases, and it said I didn't purchase it. So I had to purchase it again. So my friends, this is going to be a giveaway because I purchased it twice. So if you are out of the country and you would like this pattern, I have the PDF download. And if not, and you're in the country and you want me to send you a printed copy, I can do that too. But for those of you who are out of the country, you can enter this giveaway. So surprise, there's a giveaway because of my stupidity. Your benefit is because I couldn't find my original download. I did eventually find it. It was weird. It didn't show up in my purchases. And then after I made this purchase, it was like purchase. And then I had a couple other purchases. So that was weird to me. But anyway, this is what I'm doing. I am going to stitch this, just the pumpkin and the crow. Let me get it a little bit closer for you. I'm going to stitch the pumpkin and the crow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch it on an oval. It's not going to be, obviously, it's not going to be that big, but I'm going to stitch it on an oval, and it's going to be, I'm going to make it into an oval drum, just like Teresa Kogut has in one of her new patterns. It's the 2 birds on the front, and this will be on the front, and then the oval, I'm going to wrap the top in like an orangey velvet. And then this will be on the front. So you'll see it. I'm going to make the shape of it so that it's the full shape of the pumpkin and the crow. And then the back will just be fabric. So I'm going to give that a whirl. I'm excited to try that because I am a drum addict. Yeah, anyway. So let's see what I've got in stitch. I worked on this a little bit while I was up in Maine in Greenville. So I've started the crow. I've got the pumpkin and the top of the pumpkin, and I'm just kind of playing. This is on 20 count dirty teacup because I have a lot of it and I love it. I'm using, for my color conversion, I'm not using any of the called for colors. I'm using, I was pulling colors, and then I was like, wait, I have all these colors. So Amy, she's from Two Crossed Stitchers, and they have a channel, Amy and Mary Lou. And Amy had gotten the secret Gentle Arts package, like the surprise packages. And I am so not good with surprises. And she had gotten a bunch of these colors. And I said, oh, I would totally buy that pack if I knew those colors were there. And she's like, here, take this and just go buy me a pack. I think I've already told this story, but you get to hear it again. So I did, and I got these colors, and I was like, oh, love them. So I'm using those. So Amy, okay, I'm finally using my floss. So these are limited edition Gentle Arts. There are no names on it, which I wish they named them, but they didn't. So here is what I have chosen. Here's what I've chosen for my colors. Oh, maybe that's better. There we go. That's a little bit better. So you can kind of see, but that teal, oh, I love that. So instead of doing there's a green in here. It's like a sea foam in the pumpkin. There's like some sea foam green. I'm using the teal. So I'm changing the colors. Hopefully it doesn't look yucky. We'll see. But it's a small stitch. It'll go by very quickly. When I was driving up to Maine, it was 6 hours, just over 6 hours to get up to Greenville. And then on my way home on Sunday, I left from Bangor, and I wish that I had an automated car so I could just sit and stitch while the car drove me home, because sitting in traffic on the way home, I was like, this totally stinks, because I was wasting so much time sitting in the car when I could have been stitching. So when we travel, my husband usually drives and I stitch. I'm very fortunate that I can stitch in the car. But anyway, so those are my starts from the past month. Now it's time for my whips. Are you ready? Okay, my first whip is Gifts from My Garden. This is a pattern that I'm stitching with Emma. Nope, I lie. With Brandi and Nise for Brandi's daughter, Brenna. Keep that all straight. They call her, well, Nise calls her Pickle. And she is adorable. And so she saw this when we were at the library stitchers, and she was like, can you stitch this for me? So we've all decided to stitch it. And Brandi is doing her own color conversion. I am using called for colors, and here is what I've got. So I've started filling in the background of that blue. Let me put this up so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. That way. I wish that the flower showed up a little bit more, but I'm gonna see how it shows once I get the blue all around it. If not, I'll have to lighten up the center of the petals, maybe to a 3865 DMC or something, to make it just a little bit brighter. But we'll see. We will see how it goes. So that is my whip from Gifts from My Garden by Liz Matthews. My next whip is Strawberry Fields Forever, and I am stitching this with a bunch of friends from the Midsummer Night's Stitch. This was one of the sales that I joined. So Strawberry Fields Forever, Deborah and Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, we're doing that. And this is how far I've gotten. I need to get back to it because I have to work on this month's stitch, which I'm going to go, Deborah and I were talking about it, and I'm going to go down. That way the brickwork, that isn't going to be weighted until the very last minute. And the border goes pretty quickly. So for the first month, I finished a little bit more than I was supposed to. I just have to get back to it. That's all. But yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Okay, my next stitch, this is a sal that we started at the Library Stitchers. Brandi did a color conversion. I chose to go with the NPIs, and Joanne, she gave me her Cedar River arboreal. I know that Christy Keith from the Floss Boss and Cousins is also stitching this. She messaged me and she was like, what is the name of that fabric? And then she went and ordered it. So this is 40 count. So this is what I'm stitching in the morning right after I've eaten my breakfast. I usually wake up a half an hour before I need to leave someplace, like, you know, in terms of like getting ready and stuff. I always give myself an extra half an hour, and that way I can get a little bit of stitching done. So I have done that, and this is what I'm doing. It is Kathy Barrick's Good Intentions Revisited. I'm doing it in that green colorway, and I absolutely love it. And here's what it looks like on the arboreal. So I've gotten pretty far. Please don't judge my nails. I'm going tomorrow after work to get them. I do dip, so I need to, they'll take these off and put my new ones on because these are so overgrown. Yeah, sorry, I'm just distracted by the nails. So yeah, this is it. I can't wait. I am going to finish it in a drum, just like the one on the bottom is finished. So that is, I have a nice gold, a nice goldish color. It's like that deep gold that I think I'm going to use in velvet for the top. After Brandi did hers, we did a drum finishing day, and she taught me how to do a flat fold. I taught her how to do a drum, and Brandi used the crushed velvet on the top, and it is so beautiful. So now I'm just like, okay, what else can I finish this drum so that I can use the velvet on the top? So that's good. I made some progress. I mean, I have to just finish with good, and then these stars, and then these words. Those words go very quickly, even on 40 count. So yeah, I just need to get back to it. All right, I only got 2 letters done this morning, but every day, right? Every little bit helps. Okay, so I said that was 40 counts. Cedar River Arboreal. My next stitch is Love and Learning, and when we started school, I did a little stitching on this. I can't remember if I showed it. I looked in my book. I think I did. So Love and Learning. I started this on the last day of school, because I had the whole summer. Yay! But in the summer, all my plans, you know, plans in the path full of I can't think of the quote that I'm trying to say in my head, but if you know it, you're probably screaming it at me. So this is what I've gotten. This is what I've gotten completed. I did substitute a couple colors. Oh, maybe not. Nope, I did not. Okay, here's my floss. So the floss are all that called for. The one thing I am going to change, Jessica Sweetwater, she changed the pinkish red house to blue. I am doing the same thing. I plan on using one of the Color and Cotton's blues to do that. And if it's not that blue from Color and Cotton, it will most likely be Brethren Blue, because that's probably one of my favorite colors. So anyway, pretty good. You can't really see the Y just up close, and then you can see it, but I made some progress on that. It's a nice stitch. It is, I should probably tell you, it's on 20 count, Atomic Ranch, Golden Harvest. That is the color. And that was a purchase from the Library Stitchers Retreat. Huh, it's like the pile of the Library Stitchers. Okay, my next whip is Quaker Birds. And if you follow any of my friends and watch their YouTubes, you've probably seen this. I have shown this a bunch of times, but we are on the last bird, and we are going to give it to the person at Stitch New England. So I'm very excited to give this to Jenny. Jenny is my person that I get to give to. So here is what I've got so far. So I have to finish this. This was probably like an hour stitching. It goes very quickly. It's identical. These 2 birds are identical, just facing the opposite way. So what we did, in case you haven't been here to know, this is being stitched on 16 count Atomic Ranch Vanilla Cream, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's vanilla cream. And what we did at the Stitch New England last year, this was my brain idea. I don't know why I said it, but everybody that's in it, they all agreed. So there was no peer pressure. But I watched the Museum Stitcher and the Seattle Stitcher and Cam the Stitcher and those girls. They've done a bunch of round robins, and I thought that would be super fun. And since last year, Stitch New England was my very first retreat, why not start a stitch along? And we pass it around. So I saw this pattern from the Mindful Needle, and I thought it was really fun. And there were 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we had 9 people in our group. So we each stitched the center in our own color, and then we passed it. We started passing up at the top, so 12 o'clock, and then we went around the circle. So we tried to get like colors that would be all like slightly different, but Jenny, she was brave, and she chose Butter Crunch, this beautiful, beautiful yellow. And I love it so much that this is what I'm stitching my summer Quaker from Primrose in, because it's just such a nice yellow with all that great variegation. Mine is Gentle Arts Peacock. That is the color that I'm using, and it's a tealy blue. So it's kind of fun to know, like, you know, based on the color, like who each person is. So when I get mine back, I think I'm going to, we've been talking about what we're going to do. I think Brandy's making hers into a pillow. Emma's going to frame hers. I haven't decided. I may end up making mine into a stitching mat that I bring to retreats, since this whole thing started from a retreat, or I may end up turning it into a cross stitch bag where the stitching is on the back side. You can just do like, you know, like a zipper, not a keeper, because I think it would not be the right size for a keeper. But I don't know. So if you have ideas or suggestions, I just kind of want it with me so that it's not forgotten someplace, or because these are my friends, and every time I see it, I will think of them. So if you have some creative ideas on what you think maybe I should do, please leave a comment and let me know. I would love to hear what you think that I should do. All right, my next whip is Symphony of Friendship. Nobody wanted to stitch this with me, so I'm all alone. And I'm doing this as my leap year, Sal. And this is how far I've gotten. I stitched on this when I went to Stitch New England a couple weeks ago. Did not get very far. I got a couple leaves done. And I also had to rip out a few things, so I miscounted. So this is on here. I am doing it in all of the called for floss. It is being stitched on 20 count Atomic Ranch Mellow Stone. So I chose to do it on 20 count because I figured, who knows in 4 years what the state of my eyeballs will be. So at least I can always see 20 count. And it's nice because I don't necessarily need, magnification or light to stitch on it. So that's nice. Okay. And I have one more whip, guys. Whew. It's like a marathon over here. All right. So my one more whip is Autumn Love by Lori Holt, and I am using the called for everything. When I got it, I got the entire kit and caboodle. I purchased this a few years ago. I know that Kimberly Jolly was going to stitch it in the month of October one year, and she was kind of monogamous, and she did, and it turned out wonderful. Yeah, so this is my progress on Autumn Love. And I stitched this when I took my baby girl to college. This is what I finished this turquoise. I did not work on this. And then I jumped up here because I was kind of bored with the stars. And I hadn't stitched on it for like a full year, and I was already bored of the stars. So I came up here and went across, and I started one of the tops. You know what's amazing is this is being stitched on, is it 25 count Lugana or is it 28 count? I cannot remember. It is whatever was called for, but don't need magnification. I can stitch this in the car, and it goes so fast. Like I don't know why I don't stitch on this more, because it does go so quickly. This is going to be a big old piece, but yeah, we'll see what happens when it's done. But I really do like it, and I love autumn, and I don't know why my brain is not getting this done. I should have finished this. I should have focused a little bit more. I did decide to leave this in school, so if on my prep I'm all caught up on my work, and I don't have anything to grade, and I don't need to make any copies, and I don't need to just set anything up, and I have any time, this is what I'm stitching. So hopefully we'll see this a little bit more often than once a year, and that I can get some things done on it. So those are my starts and my whips for the past month. So I have a couple fully finished pieces, and I have a couple finished pieces. So first, my finishes. While I was sick, I was able to finish. This is Plum Street Samplers, Clementine. Oh, I'm sorry, not Clementine, Olga's Tart. Sorry, I do have Clementine. So Olga's Tart, and I ended up switching out the colors in the center of the kitty to match one of my kitties. I have two cats. So this one I'll do this one and then I'll show them side by side. So this is Blueberry. Blueberry is my snowshoe kitty, although I didn't change his paws because I didn't want to make them, I don't know, I probably should have. He's got white feet. So that's the one thing I totally screwed up on. I didn't want to make him look sad. So this is him. I did give him blue eyes. You'll also notice that I took out the Quaker motif in the sun/moon behind him because I did not want it to look like an eyeball. And somebody agreed that, okay, there we go. The one inside the sun moon looks like an eyeball, but I didn't give him as many curly. I wanted it to kind of look like him. So I changed up the colors in it, but I'm happy with it. I do have some tart pans, so I think I might finish it in a tart. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, that is one finish, not fully finished, just one finish. Oh my goodness, I have another one. This was a start, a finish, not a fully finish, just a start and a finish. So this is called Fluent in Foul Language. I just thought that was really fun. It's by Rebel Stitcher Designs, and I did it as called for. What I'm going to do, I already know. This is going to be stitched as a biscornu. I'm going to go through my greens and find some pretty greens that match this, and it'll be the top will be the stitch and the bottom is going to be quilting fabric. I learned how to do this from Artie the Vintage Stitcher, and I want to make sure I'm going to write you down because I don't want to forget you to tag you, Artie. She's awesome. She has a lot of great tutorials, and she has a great tutorial on how to make a biscornu. She also does a lot of finishing. I know that's a business that she has, but I've seen her finishes and she does a really great job. So this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use Artie the Vintage Stitcher's tutorial to make it into a biscornu. Then I decided to take these out again because it's been too long. Well, hello there, by Hands On Design. And I have all of them finished except for, well, I finished, let's just say, I finished Hello July. That's one that I finished. I only had to finish stitching down and then sew on the buttons. Why I was lazy, I don't know. And I started and I finished this. I gotta cut a string. I started and finished Hello August. And these are all buttons by Just Another Button Company. So those were two finishes. And then if you just want to, I'll just go quickly so you can see them. But I purchased this whole thing from the Fat Quarter Shop. It was the entire kit. Hello June. Hello May. Hello April. And I'm hoping I'm holding it up right. Hello March. I love that frog. February. And January. Oh, sorry, there's a fuzzy on it. Okay, so how am I going to finish them? I haven't quite decided. I thought originally I was going to do them as pillows, so I started interfacing some of them. And now I think I might do them on flat folds, since I know how to make flat folds now, and that was super easy. So I still have to think about that and make a decision. But those are my finishes. So I had 4 finishes because I had the 2 months, I had Fluent and Foul Language, and then I had Olga's Chart. Fully finished objects. Both of these were fully finished this past weekend. So my first one was Seaside Tiny Town. Let me start here. Seaside Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. It is stitched on 36 count. I think it's Sand by Tropical Stitches. And then this is the top. And then I have these little pins that are whales and shells and a boat. So there it is. And I did purchase, you'll see it in the haul. Just there's so much haul I couldn't find it to do before I got on. But I did find I think it's called Stormy, and it's a small mini rickrack. Nope, pom-pom. That I'm going to glue on the top. And Helen D was at Brandi's Emma's shower, and Helen D showed me the little trick to how to clip the part that the pom-pom's attached to, so then you can just have the pom-pom without the extra stuff. So I thank you, Helen, for teaching me how to do that. I will do that, and I'll put that on. I just haven't had a chance. It's been a busy week. And then this is my flat fold. Yay. This is it. I'm so excited. I love it. And this is Erin Elizabeth's American flag. And I will do, I'm working on Canada. So as soon as I finish Quaker Birds, because they share a whippet keeper, as soon as I finish Quaker Birds, I will start back on my Canadian flag, so I can have these two standing next to each other. And I just love it so much. So this was super duper easy. I did make a lot of mess with the glue, and Brandi she wasn't happy with me for a minute because she's like, it's not sticky. So I took my finger that had some glue and I stuck it to her arm, and you have hair on your arm, and then she was super sticky and it was pulling her hair out. So I'm sorry again, Brandi. But those are my finishes for the past month. I hope you enjoyed them. Okay. Now, previous finishes. There's a lot on this table, folks, so if you can bear with me, I will take you through it all. Okay, and hopefully I'll remember who everything is by. This is Boo by Liz Matthews, and I finished it with Rick Rack, and then I did a little Teresa Kogut on the back because that is the cutest little kitty cat. I stuffed it with walnut shells and some polyfill, and it's stitched on the bottom. And that is my little pillow. I was amazed when I was pulling these out just how many pillows I have. So I'm really happy that I now have the skills to do a flat fold and drum, because I didn't at the time. And yeah, very happy about that. And it's weird, like looking at these, my tastes have definitely changed. So you'll see. So this is Be Thankful by Brenda Gervais. This is how it is. I finished this on, I'm going to say a 36 count. I wish I remembered. Okay, that is my Be Thankful. This is Primrose Cottage, Autumn Quaker. And I used all of the finishing kit. And you probably can see it, but okay, this is on, sorry, something just fell. This is on 32 count. And when you look at it here, it's 2 threads over 2. And down here, it's 1 thread over 2, because I put it away because it was in timeout for a while. And when I picked it back up, I was so used to stitching 1 over that I thought I was doing a 1 over, but it looks fine. It just looks a little bit more variegated. Nobody's gonna know. You wouldn't even have known if I didn't tell you. But I can't keep any secrets from you. I will always be the first one to wrap myself out. All right, this, for the love of, oh, I do know. This is JBW. I just had to look at it for a second. This is JBW's, and this is what I finished it like. I put this on because it was in the county fair last year, and I wanted to make sure I got it back. So, but that is it. Simple finish. Here's another one. This is Heart in Hand, Ye Old Crow. And I had seen, just like so many of you, an amazing post on Instagram, and I immediately wanted to do it as well. So I, like you, stitched the pumpkin and the leaves in a different color so that it would show up. So even though it's a crow, it's still just got the pumpkin, so I can keep it out all fall. And that's my back. All right, last pillow. Nope, I have 2 more pillows. Gosh darn it. This pillow, yep, Primrose Cottage. I love fall most of all. This was I think it was from the Sip and Stitch. But that's what I finished it like. I used my own fabrics, except for I used this on the bottom and the back. It's got a little walnut shell and polyfill. All right, next pillow. This one I did not stitch, but this was my exchange gift from Stitch New England, and I so wanted this pattern. And the lady that, and I had no idea, and Pam was out of this pattern. Like I waited, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna get when I get to Stitch New England. Pam didn't have any more, and then I was kind of bummed out about it, honestly. And I ended up getting it in my smalls exchange, and I just absolutely love it. So it's stitched on 40 count, and it's pumpkin fair. And she did such an amazing job, and she finished it into a pillow. Yeah, her work is incredible. So thank you so much again. Here is, and these are on magnets because I have a board that I would switch them out on, and I think I have like 5 more months to do. But this is September. This is by Waxing Moon Designs. It is a trio. It comes in a trio. And like I said, I have magnets on the back that it just sticks to a one of those square or rectangles from TJ Maxx, Michael's, Home Goods, whatever. And then you just I painted it and covered the front with it. So there's that. This was a Stitch Quarterly. Fall is in the air. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's it. I just finished it on a piece from Hobby Lobby. It was a clearance piece. So yeah. Okay, my next one is, I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I have no name for it, but I got this piece at Michael's, and it was a crow and a pumpkin, and I finished it. I pulled the front piece off and finished it on top of that. And I thought that was pretty cute to go with it. Troublemakers from, I think it's County Petals. They would also look really cute on here. I don't think it's the right size, but, you know, just a simple finish. Okay. And just a lot of crows. Holy smokes. Guess that's something that I really do like. This is Autumn Splendor by Brenda Gervais, and I ended up stitching this. This was what I ended up starting as a sell with Brandi from B&E Stitchery from Stitch New England last year, and I ended up making this piece on the laser cutter that I have, and it just slides in. So the top has a little bit of etching on it, little leaves, and then what I did was I used a walnut, very thin veneer to give it all the dimensions on it, so it kind of echoes the pattern design. But I'm really happy with that finish. I'm really proud of that one actually, because that was my own creation. So, and it just sits up like this, sits right inside. So that is my Autumn Splendor. And then oh my gosh, it's gonna fall. How can I not talk about Primrose Cottage and have Harvest Wishes and Pumpkin Kisses? This was a piece from the Hobby Lobby. I've seen it every year since I got this, so I'm sure that it's probably still there. And then this is just how I finished it. And I got a pin and I stuck the pin in. So there's that. And I have one more fall piece. No, I like 2 more fall pieces, and then I'll show you a few Halloween. It's weird, I don't have a lot of Halloween. So this is from Fat Quarter Shop. This was one of my very first finishing and stitches. So be kind. I know there's mistakes. I know there's a lot of mistakes, and that is a lot of brown to stitch, but yeah, I love sunflowers. I actually have a tattoo of a sunflower. But yeah, that's it's a little dusty down there. But that's what this sits in my living room, and I actually use this same piece. I use this same backer for a couple other pieces that I finished. That's why it's got the magnets on it. And then this can just come off and go back on. Sorry, guys. I think I need to get better magnets. Okay. And one more fall piece. Autumn rules. So here's my autumn rules. This I just love it. Autumn rules, I stitched on whatever was called for with the called for colors. And yeah, fall is definitely one of my absolute favorite seasons. And I love sunflowers, and I love just how that turned out. Yeah, so that's my fall. And then I have a couple Halloween to share, and many of you probably were part of the Sal's, because they're part of Sal's. This one was from Nicole Spohr. She had a Sal last Halloween. This is Silver Creek Sampler, Dusk to Dawn Fly by Night Aviation. And a lot of people stitched it on the finishing piece that hung as a sign. This is just how I finished it. So I laser cut this board, I laser cut the little bats, and I just added it a witch's broom to the side. So I'm excited to have that done and up this year, because it wasn't ready for last year. This one was a hands-on design, hands-on design secret stitch, and it was, you got a little bit each week. So I used all of the called for colors and then just kind of finished it my own way. And then I have, you're going to not be surprised who it's by. Any guesses? Holy moly. Double Toil and Trouble, Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble. This is by Primrose Cottage. Surprise. I love that one. And that one just leans, it leans up on the side of like where I hang it, like I display everything. This one is finished in those books from Michaels, and it sits this way. Salem Sisters Apothecary, Finest Potions, Tonics, Brews, and Spells. And it is on Vintage Country Mocha. That I can tell you. I think it is the 32 count that is called for. So, yeah, that's it, folks. That's my previous finishes that you can see. Hopefully I've inspired you to either start some or giving you some ideas on how I finished them. Okay, folks, it is time for haul. And my table is overflowing. All right, so what I would like to share is, let's see, I got the Primrose Cottage box. I don't know if I can show it yet. Probably not, because I just got it on Monday. And some of you probably haven't gotten yours yet. So I did get that, and it's here on my table. And it is, if you did not, I'm sorry, I don't mean to show you anything. If you did not get it, it's awesome. If you haven't started ordering from the Primrose Cottage Sip and Stitch, it's expensive, but I feel like it's totally worth all of the money. And I really like it. I really like them a lot. I did order some fabric from Hobby House to make a couple whippet keepers for some friends that have asked me to make them. So I have that. And while I was ordering from Hobby House. They also have a great wool. So I ordered some yards of wool. Because if you know, in my Whipper Keepers, I always add a wool square at the top to put your needles in. Okay, I am wearing one of my shirts that I got. This is Crazy Moose Fabrics from Greenville, Maine. Sorry, I'm all messed up now. I purchased that when I was at Crazy Moose Fabrics, and where's that haul? Oh no, we're gonna get there. I also made a few purchases with my friend Sarah. So Sarah's going to Stitch New England. Stitch New England is going to be her first retreat, and we're so excited for her to go. But she wanted to make sure she had some stitchy shirts, so she asked me if I would order them with her, and I did. So we have a Stitchuation, because that's just totally us. Because it's gonna be close to Halloween. We're getting in the Halloween. I practice Stitchcraft. And then the Stitcher. It's just really pretty. So if you want to know which shop that we ordered them from, I would have to ask Sarah, because she ended up ordering it and I paid her. So anyway, we can, if you want me to find out, I can definitely find out. I purchased from the market haul, Erin Elizabeth's Believe, because it's just absolutely amazing. The Camping Lantern, and the Autumn Biscornu, because I have a thing for sunflowers and crows, in case you just saw the haul. You just saw my fully finished previous finishes. You would probably see that. I did get, while I was at Michael's, this was totally influenced by Java Girl Stitches. Chrissy, thank you so much for influencing me. I don't know what you're stitching them for yet, but I needed to have them just in case. So I know you said you were going to finish something on them, so I'm going to wait and see what you finish something on them, and then I'm going to finish them too. So I got 3 different shapes because I liked the different shapes. So these were at Michael's, and I went there and got them. So I have Vlad, Dracula, Victor Frankenstein, and the Edgar Allan Poe. So that was from Java Girl. It was totally influenced by her. Right? If we can't enable each other, then what are we doing here? I don't know. Looking for a pen. That's what I'm looking for, so I don't forget. I want to make sure I tag her too, because you forget when anybody who knows when they edit, you forget if you don't write notes. Okay, I apologize for that. So this is not really in any sort of order. It's just kind of piled so that things don't fall. There's some fabric that I got. Sorry for shaking the camera. Oh, I got a bunch of these. I got these from Amazon, and they are, sorry, my thumb, I have eczema, so don't look close. These are little wool balls that are topped with an acorn, and I thought they would be so cute as a scissor, like, I don't know, just like a little scissor decor, or you could put them in a bowl, and then, you know, my problem is that one of my fat cats likes wool, and he will steal my balls. So I haven't put them out yet. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to show you how I laid it out so that it'll be easy to see. But this is the fabric from Blackstone Quilting Company that as soon as it came in, I purchased it. This is, it's library fabric, library books, and it's just such a beautiful thing. And here are the 3 pieces that I got. So you can kind of see one of the fabrics is the books, one is just kind of like all the books scattered, and then this is an actual scene. So I think I got enough fabric to make 4 large whipper keepers, maybe two or 4. No, I think it's 4. I bought a large. I bought a yard of it. So you'll get to see the scene if you were to open up the whipper keeper to see it that way. You'd be able to see the whole scene of the library. And there's some kitties in there. Just love it. Then there's this fabric. This fabric is by I think it's by Art Gallery. I'm pretty sure. I love these tones, like all these. So these are ornaments. And then Chris the Camping Stitcher, look at, here's your owl. Look how beautiful that is. And then with the black stars, and then this, I thought that would just be a gorgeous keeper. And then this is for Nativity. All right, I'm gonna have to open this one up because I just have to show you how stinking beautiful it is. So this is the Nativity, guys. Look at Mary, Joseph, and Jesus in that corner in that. And then on the back, you can kind of see the wise men on the camel coming into the city with the angel at the top. So I'm going to make a couple keepers out of that. Oops, sorry, I'm ruining my prettiness. Here are the colors that, the other accent colors to go with it. But I just thought they were so beautiful. Beautiful. And we sold out of that so quickly. But if you like any of the things that you see and you want to check on the website for our Blackstone Quilting Company, they had this fabric, and it's absolutely beautiful. So, all right. I did tell you that, oh, sorry. I ordered Needle and Flax had a quick like turnaround sale. And it was like whatever she had, and it was on a Sunday night. And I hurried. I actually set an alarm on my phone because I wanted to get some more dirty teacup in another size other than the 20 count. And the only thing I could get, everything else was sold out that fast, was 36 count. I got a fat quarter of dirty teacup. That's all I could get. One. So I'm going to have to use it sparingly. I also got from Pam's. I had mentioned I went to see Pam at Stitch New England, and I purchased there Primrose Cottage, the Salem Sister Stitchery. Many of you are already stitching this and have finished it. I purchased not Brenda's Brew, Winter Brew by R&R, and it's a 36 count. I fell in love with this. This is called Bayou. I think I actually purchased more of this. Brandi, maybe this is what we bought, and I got it in 32 count, but I got 36 from Pam. And I loved all this modeling. I thought a Halloween project would probably look really good on that. I told you I'm getting into the mood for stitching Halloween and fall. I purchased, okay, there's an Artsy Housewife, and you know what I'm talking about. It's a moth, and it's on red. Now look at this red. How good is this red? It's so good. So I'm going to stitch that once I get that pattern. I don't have that pattern yet, but I'm going to be looking for that Artsy Housewife pattern. Okay, so that's just a little bit of my haul right there. Now we have to move to a new bag. Please. You know, once I show you guys, now I got to put it all away. And that's the problem. Like, I don't know, where am I going to put it? Oh, my Lanta. Oh my gosh. Guys, I am a sick person. I have problems. Oh my gosh. All right. So from the shop that I'm wearing the shirt of, the Crazy Moose fabric shop, I purchased this. And if you were on our live, or if you saw Brandi and Emma's video, then you saw my fabric. So I bought this glow-in-the-dark Camping Fireflies fabric to go on the back of the pattern from Erin Elizabeth. And I bought some of the nuts and squirrel fabric that matched the keeper that I made Brandi and Nise for their birthday. It has all the squirrels that are like camping and stuff, and I thought that would be really fun to have. I still have some of that fabric, but I didn't have any more of the accent, so I thought that would be fun to make some more keepers. Let's see. I was very blessed by no, it's not. I was very blessed by Helen D, and from Helen D and Emma. they both came to this weekend and gifted me things for my students for cross stitching. So I got a bunch of patterns. I did also, Carol, I did just receive your package in the mail. She gifted me a bunch of kits and patterns for my students. Like I don't know if you know, if you're new here, but I am a teacher. I teach middle school, and we started a cross stitch club last year. And this year we started it, and this week was our first time. We had 7 girls show up. Right now it's hard because there's cross country and soccer, and that tends to suck up a lot of the kids. So a few of them were like, I can't come this week because we have a race or a soccer game, but they're gonna be there. And so yeah, I'm so excited. I feel so blessed that I'm part of this community, and you are all so generous and kind, and these kids can just come in and pick up a kit and have everything that they need to get started. So that being said, let's see. I did keep a couple of the patterns for myself. Emma and Helen said that I could keep anything that I thought if I were going to stitch. So I did keep a couple things for myself. This one is the Dirty Annie's sheet faced. I figured it may not be appropriate so much, but it's kind of funny. So I kept it for myself because I just think it's the cutest thing. And Sarah also said she was going to stitch it when she's doing 13 Halloweens, like 13 small spooky projects. She's got a lot going on. I also am going to stitch the Witchy Stitchers Ghost Stories, and this requires the glow in the dark DMC. And I know Sarah from Sarah Stitchery, she has it finished, and it's just absolutely adorable. These are on my list to do someday, and they both Emma had 2 of the patterns, but Autumn, and I would definitely stitch the pumpkin without the face, and this is the summer, so I'll have to get winter and spring. So that is there. Oops, sorry. Let's see, what else? Oh, from Hobby House, I didn't show you this. I brought it to school to show Sarah, but Hobby House, I bought Dasher and Dancer because all of you were stitching it, and I saw it, and I loved it, and since I was ordering the fabric from Hobby House, I figured I'd get the pattern. It's all going to come together. This model was stitched on 40 count antique lace. I'm probably going to do it on 20 count dirty teacup because this is a big guy. This is a 355 stitches by 168. So and when it's on 40 count, it finishes at 17 by 8.5 inches. That's a big guy on 40 count. I mean, I guess I could do it on 28 count and do it 1/1. That may not be so bad. Yeah, that may not be bad, actually. We will see. We'll think about it so that it's a little bit smaller, because that's going to take up some serious space. Okay, so while I was in Maine at Lakeside Stitches, I purchased the Tired Trio by Plum Street. I did not have this. I have wanted it. Pam has been out of it. And I just thought it was the cutest thing. And then I got this needle minder, a little sloth, because it is just super cute. I got some Edinburgh 36 count white, and then Brandi and I split the Be Stitch Me scroll. So this is it's not the same that I was thinking just a minute ago, but it looks similar. The other one was Bayou, and then this is scroll. So close, but not the same. While I was at Reese's shop, the Crafty Grimalkin, I purchased these little pins. Let me get out of it. It's crows, a cat, and a bat. Oops, sorry, knocking things over. This was what I was talking about. This is the pom-poms that I'm going to add to the finish that I have. And this is where Helen showed me how to take it off. And this is what it will look like-ish. let's cover my face. That is not doing it justice at all. And it'll cover my stitching. So it blends really well. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it out so I don't lose it, put it on top. And that was just some lady dots. And it's black pearl. That's the color. It is black pearl. I purchased Talk to Me Goose. I am a child of the 80s. And I do remember that volleyball beach scene very well. It is ingrained in my brain. This will be stitched, and I will give this to my daughter, Julienne. She loves Top Gun, especially the beach scene. She's the one in college. You guys have met her. So I will stitch this for her. Hopefully I can get it done. I have a lot of plans, guys. Way too many plans. Okay, this was like all I wanted. Besides Erin's patterns, all I wanted from Market. I wanted this last year when Liz put this out on her what do you call it? Patreon. When she put this out on her Patreon, I wanted it. And she shows two colorways. This is the white one. I am going to stitch it on it's Gunmetal by Weeks Dye Works. So this is what I'm going to stitch it on. And I'm going to use all of the Call for Colors, which are DMCs. And I actually checked to see if I have them. And I do. Yay me. So that's what I'm going to stitch it on. I cannot wait. It is just, oh. So this is definitely going to be a super start. Yeah, this is what I'm starting soon. So I'm going to have to switch the words Boost Boucant in another color because I'm stitching it on this dark gray. I don't know if the black is going to show up. I'm going to have to check that out and see. If it doesn't, I could stitch it on a light gray, or maybe I do a white. I don't know. Or even maybe like an ecru. I don't know. If you have ideas, let me know. But very excited about Boost Boucant. That was like, so excited. You're gonna get to see the weird me. It's coming out, guys, after a long week of work. It was our first 5-day week back to school because of last week with the election, and I was the primary day and I was sick. You know, it's 5 days. You're like, I shouldn't complain, but it just, you know, puts you in a weird mindset. Okay, the other thing I did get, and I think this is my last of the haul. I think this is it, guys. Woo! Hour and 12 minutes. I will be cutting some out because I know I've got some edits in there, but it's pretty good. This is from the Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly. Don't look, stop filming, stop the video if you don't want to see, because I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the bag that it came in. This is the Fall Stitch Quarterly from the Fat Quarter Shop. I am a member of that. I did purchase it. It was not free. This is what the pattern looks like. It's cute. It's definitely cute. I probably will not keep my bird blue. I probably will make my bird black. But nice. This is the first time they have ever included fancy floss in the kit. Normally it's just DMC. So that is exciting. The 14 count platinum Ada will probably go in haul for my kids so they can use it to stitch. Okay, look at this. Look at this little hedgehog. Oh my gosh. It is so cute. I love it. So very excited about that. And there's fancy scissors. So cute little scissor case. And here's what they look like. They're nice. You can see my ugly thumb again. Sorry, guys. Here, let me give you a better thumb. Here's the scissors. They are cute. I forget what they said. I'll have to look what the brand is, but they're nice. They like have a nice weight. They're heavy. And the bag, this is a great bag. And it's printed on both sides. Here it is. The scissors are, it just says Kimberly's vintage scissors with sheath. It doesn't say that they're a name of anything. Okay, so that is my that's my haul. Wow, It's a lot. Okay. Okay, so in quilting news, I have been very productive. I have 2 quilts at the long armor right now. I have 1 quilt finished that's a shop model, and I'm hoping that they sold the last kit so I can bring it home. But behind me is a table runner, and I made this table runner back last September, and then it just sat in my basement on my daughter's ballet bar. And I just figured one day, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to I'm going to quilt it and sew the binding on and be done. So this was a Villa Rosa. This was a Villa Rosa pattern. It was part of their sip and sew. We went on a Friday night to the shop, had dinner, and I made the top. And it's in all Halloween fabric, so I'm excited to get that out and put that on the table so we can enjoy it this year. I also, if you recall, one of the quilts that I had done and shown earlier was a Quilt of Valor. And I can't remember if I showed it to you before it was quilted or after, but then it just sat here in the basement and it was not bound. So here's what the quilt looks like. This was part of the 4th of July Jolly Box a few years ago. And the shop quilted it for me, and I bound it. This is what the back looks like. And this is going to the Quilt of Valor. And it's got stars on the, for the actual quilting, it's got stars and stripes in there, which is really nice. So I'm very happy that I can actually give this away and it can go to somebody who deserves it a lot. So that one is done. Yay! The next one, you saw this. This is Backslash by Robin Pickens and Robin Pickens Fabric. And now that I'm showing you, now I can bring it upstairs and I can enjoy it. This is definitely going to be a summer quilt in my house. She did, is it called Maisie Daisy? I think that's what it's called, the quilting pattern. But we did it, I'm going to show you, because we did it in a light minty green color, the actual thread on the quilt. And Whitney, I think Whitney quilted it, and it's just absolutely beautiful. She did such a great job. And then I bound it in the same fabric that's backing it. I like doing that. That actually works really nicely. So here is what it looks like. Yeah. I love it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love it so much. So yeah, that's it. So I still am working on the here is it Hamilton Gardens Sal. I have not gotten any further. I still only have those 3 blocks. I have a bunch of 4 patches done. Back to school has like slowed down my process. And I am starting on October 1st with a bunch of people. I know Tiger Lily showed and mentioned it. Let me get the fabrics and I'll show you what I'm doing. I know Jessica did too. Okay, folks. So I am going to be starting along with everybody else, Swoon 16 by Themo Blossoms. And what I'm going to be using are the 4 bundles from Tilda. And I know a lot of people are using this Tilda fabric. But what I'm going to do, and this was my original plan, is I'm going to do winter, spring, summer, and fall. James Taylor, right? You know. And it requires, each block requires 4 colors. And a fat quarter of these is 16. So for winter, no, this is summer. This is winter. Sorry. This is winter. So I'm going to mix and match these. So these all 4 will be different colors from this bundle. So yes, I'm going to have a lot of fabric left over, but that's okay because I can make keepers out of them. And it's just beautiful fabric that I can put anywhere. But so winter, and then we have the spring, and like I said, I'll split those up. Summer is the blue, and the fall, which is my favorite. Love this fall. Blues and oranges. Yeah, so that is my plan. And what I am going to be using is so funny. when I saw Tiger Lily, I was like, that's mine. She's doing what I'm doing. She's using the same background color that I'm using, which is it's the chambray, which is the white putty color. For the sashing, I think, because blue is my favorite color, although there is a really pretty sea foam. We have chambray at the shop, but the sashing, I may end up doing the sashing. I haven't decided yet. The sashing in the sea foam or the blue. I haven't decided yet, but that's what I'm going to use. But I need to get a 1.5 yards of the fabric tomorrow when I'm at the shop and make that decision for my sashing. So once that's made, then I will be all ready to start I'll be all ready to start my my plans. I do have a paper somewhere. Oh Lord. It's all buried. It's all buried in here. Okay. So I told you all my starts, my finishes, FFOs, plans. My plans is to start Boost Boucant as soon as possible. I do have to pull all of the flosses, and I do have them all. My plan is also to continue working on Falling Snow. I would love to finish Good Intentions, and I will be starting this Swoon Quilt Along. Whew. Guys, there's a lot. Okay. Oh, my giveaway. So I mentioned earlier that I bought that extra Emily Call pattern, and it's autumn, cozy autumn. If you use the word, here's the thing, use the word cozy in leave a comment, be 18 years or older, please. Anybody can enter this, anybody. So my friends in Europe, feel free to enter because I will email you the PDF. So if you would like to enter, please leave the word cozy in your comment, and I will pick the winner in the next video. And I will be back on track with my videos in 2 weeks. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me talk about life and all of my craziness and haul, and not judging me for my stitchy mistakes or anything that anything. I don't know. I love this community, and I'm so happy to be a member of it. And if you're going to Stitch New England, let me know and come see me. I have a bunch of things that I'm going to give away to people. So yeah, I just love you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching my channel, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye guys.